Star Wars, when it knows what it wants to be, is when it's the best. Let me explain what I mean by that. I was having this conversation with my friend the other day. We were talking about the shows. Acolyte is not a good show because it didn't know what it wanted to be, and it tried to rewrite canon a couple times. But Andor knew exactly what it wanted to be. It was meant for adults. It's a very political show. It shows the civilian side of things. This is the best Star Wars live action show. Same thing with The Skeleton Crew. The Skeleton Crew is a good show. I had a good time with this. However, it is meant for kids to watch. This is strictly like a kid's show. So it knew what it wanted to be and it executed. It did it perfectly. But like I said, they didn't know what they wanted to do with the Acolyte. They knew some of the fan base wanted to go back in time to learn more, but then they again tried to rewrite canon, and that just didn't sit well with a lot of the fan base. Look at the sequel trilogy. J.J. Abrams had a vision in mind for what he wanted this trilogy to be, and then they decided not to go with him again for The Last Jedi, and then we got this slop show. And then they were like, hey, JJ, we need you to come in and try and save this a little, so he gave us The Rise of Skywalker, which again was just a shit show. But who knows what it could have been if JJ had entire control over the entire trilogy. Maybe it would have gone somewhere else. And there's 1,000 other things you could say about Star Wars in the same breath. Whether you want to choose a character, if they knew what the character was supposed to be, then it was perfect. Because like Anakin in Revenge of the Sith is good because they knew exactly where his story needed to end. There's some other movies, some other TV shows, you could say the same thing. They either knew what they wanted it to be or they didn't know what they wanted it to be. And that's why it worked or why it didn't.